Hey everybody! Today we're out here in the Big South Fork National River and Recreation Area, and I can't tell you exactly where we are, but I can tell you where we're going, and we are going to a waterfall that's called No Tail Falls, and I have no idea how it got its name. I presume it's because the location was not supposed to be told. Obviously it was told, that's why we're here. But to give you a little bit of a history behind this waterfall, I didn't know this thing existed until about 2016, 2017 when the Generations film about the Big South Fork was produced. And by the way, if you haven't watched Generations, go find it on YouTube. It was produced by Silver Fir Media. It is fantastic. Really great look at the Big South Fork National River and Recreation Area. But anyway, this waterfall was the cover of that movie. And at that time, I thought I had seen almost everything there was to see in the Big South Fork, but I had never seen this. And so it was Greg White from Cherry Creek Lodge who led the film crew in here. And so I immediately called up Greg and said, tell me where this waterfall is at. He wouldn't do it. And that's understandable because he had been sworn to secrecy by whoever had shared it with him. And so we're respecting that also. If you ask me where this waterfall is, I'm not going to tell you, okay? Obviously, there are people who know where it's at, and people do come here. Nothing's really a secret in the Big South Fork anymore, unlike just 15 or 20 years ago. But for the most part, people don't realize where this is at because it's right on the trail, and people walk right by it and they don't realize it's here. But anyway, Greg wouldn't tell me where it was at, but I knew the area of the Big South Fork he was in the day that they filmed this. And so I knew the general area of where to start looking. And from there, someone who had been there told me the stream that it was located on. And once I had the actual stream that No Tail Falls was located on, it was pretty easy to find after that just by hiking up the stream and discovering where it was located. So anyway, Sarah Dunlap and Nicole Newport came in here later and took photos, fantastic photos. Those two ladies do a ton of hiking in the Big South Fork, especially Nicole. You see their photos everywhere. They really do a great job of documenting what this park has to offer. And so they really took some great photos of this. So I've already done the hard work. I've already hiked up here to it. It's actually just right over the hill. You can hear it if you're listening. It's right over the hill here. So let's go find it. So the last time I was in here was actually back during the winter in the aftermath of a winter storm that we had, and it was frozen over, lots of ice everywhere. This is not easy. I mean, it's right on the trail. It is literally right on the trail, and yet it's not necessarily easy to get to. You got to wade through a lot of rhododendron. But we'll get there. So we're going to pop out right here on top of the waterfall. And then from there, we're going to work our way down to the base. And it's not the only way in. There are actually two ways in. You can come in from on top. You can come in from the bottom. You can actually come in from the backside as well. So there's three ways in. The backside's not really an easy way in. And neither is coming in from the top, for that matter. Coming in from the bottom, maybe the easiest. That's the way we'll go out. But even then, it's fairly difficult because you got to walk through the stream. We will get wet, by the way. If you intend to come and find this, plan on getting wet. All right, so this is the stream that No Tail Falls is located on. Beautiful mountain stream. This really looks like something that you would find in the Great Smoky Mountains, to be honest with you. So much of the terrain of the Big South Fork is really nothing like the Smokies. But this right here is an exception. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk down this log that's wedged up against this big boulder. I'm just still a little bit gun shy since I had a motorcycle accident last year and broke my leg and my ankle. I'm not the daredevil that I once was. And everything is really wet from the rain a couple of days ago. That doesn't help. Just makes everything really slippery. There's where we just came from. This is kind of the top of the waterfall right here. And I'm not going to go down there because that's a deep pool of water right there and I don't want to get wet already. So what we're going to try to do is go around the backside behind this big house-sized boulder. And I believe, if I remember correctly, there's going to be an entrance right over here on the other side of this rock. Doggone it. I got my feet wet. I intended not to do that this quickly, but it was going to happen sooner or later. We're there at that waterfall. That's not even the main feature, but that's pretty spectacular in and of itself. See if we can get up there a little closer. Oh yeah. How about that? So much beauty in these hills. It's just incredible. And we're trying to get down this ledge right here. That ledge probably doesn't really show up on camera. But yeah, trust me when I say that's a drop that I do not want to fall off of. If I were to fall right there, I would probably be laying up here until someone came along and found me. Who knows when that would be. One of those situations where you might not be dead, but you might wish you were dead. You know, in dry weather, this isn't an issue. You just hop right down through here. But in wet weather, like this, you know, one misstep, and you're going over the ledge. And that ain't gonna feel good. Oh yeah. All right. So here's the entrance from the upper end. And doggone it, I forgot to bring a flashlight. You really need a flashlight in here. I promise you, I don't know how much you're going to be able to tell in the dark. Super nuisance to get in my light. But I promise you, you come and experience this for yourself. It's one of the coolest things that you're going to see in the Big South Fork. And there are a lot of cool things in the Big South Fork. But this right here ranks up there. Let's see here. Do I have a light? That is right. No. There we go. Good old camera flash. So obviously, as you can tell by the fact that I forgot my flashlight, I was never in the Boy Scouts. All right. And this gets really tight too, by the way. When you're coming up from on top, you got to get down and crawl, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. So if you're claustrophobic, coming in this way probably is not for you. So, yeah, it's not a cave, but it might as well be. I mean, technically it's not a cave. But in every sense of what we know caves to be, it's a cave. Right down through there. Now we've reached the stream again. Ah, look at this. How cool is this? Huh? So you can see right up there where part of the water is starting to seep through the rock. Most of the water goes over the rock. Some of the water comes through the rock. There is light at the end of the tunnel. All right, let's keep going. This is awesome. There is so much adventure in the Big South Fork, and I mean this ranks right up there with any adventure that you'll find. Just an incredible national park to come and explore. And if a fat old man like me can do it, anybody can do it. Oh, I'm starting to get wet. Water dripping down my butt. That's No Tail Falls, by the way. That's where we're headed. But you ain't seen nothing yet. So, right up through there is where we came from. Right through here is where we're headed. And down there is where we will end up. Alright? Alright. Slide down this rock. Woo! Yeah! That's what it is. Oh, that's it. So, this is kind of the angle that you're used to seeing on the cover of the Generations video, or on the cover of the Paragon Court, the Big South Fork Photography Contest, or on the cover of the Hiking Big South Fork Facebook group. This is the angle that you're used to seeing No Tail Falls. What a shot it is. And let me tell you, as spectacular as this place looks on video and on photo, cameras cannot do it justice. Here truly is one of the most spectacular waterfalls in the Big South Fork. And there are a lot of cool waterfalls in the Big South Fork, but this one definitely ranks up there. I mean, I've been here half a dozen times, and I'm still amazed every time I come in here. One of those places that when you've seen it, you're not going to forget it. And yes, it's hard to get through. Man, it's worth every ounce of the trouble in this thing. Alright. So now it's time to head out. And I'm going to show you why I came in from on top. Okay? It's cool outside today. I didn't want to get wet until I absolutely had to. And there's no getting out of here without getting wet. I mean, no. So, that's where we're headed. Whew. Cold. Oh, that's good and cold. So as you can tell, coming out was a lot easier than going in. But it's cold outside today. I didn't want to get wet until I had to. I'm wet right now, and I'm feeling it. It's about 60 degrees. It's not too cold, but it's cold enough that stepping through that water definitely makes you feel like that it's not summer yet. So anyway, that's No Tail Falls. Thanks for coming along. I'm gonna get back in the Jeep and turn on the heat.
It's about